Namaskaram. Today we are here at the inaugural function of a 2-day seminar which is going to deliberate on our behavior of our neighbors. Normally we take pride in discussing the behavior of our neighbors, even if we stay in a small locality. We just forget our issues and we want to discuss the neighbors' developments. But today the things are different. We are discussing the impact of the behavior of our neighbors, the impact on our proceedings, our behavior, our thinking, how we should react to it. And that seminar is going to be held here from today, right now, and I am very happy to inaugurate this. On this very prominent occasion, I have with me here Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Vincent Matthews, former ambassador. He was ambassador for many countries including US. Just 2 days back we have met, we got acquainted with each other on different issues, not this particular. Shri T.P. Srinivasan, Director Capital Center of Central University, Dr. Shivakumar, School of Global Studies, Central University, Dean, Professor Jayaprasad, Chairman of Institute of the Study of Developing Areas, Shri Mohanan Pillai, Director Center for Defense and Security Studies, Suresh Rangarajanji, all other dignitaries, teachers, participants, and those who have shown some interest, my dear friends, students. Very outside, I congratulate the university officers for having organized such a wonderful event just to discuss what is happening in our neighborhood. And that has to be discussed. We need not shy away from such issues. If that churning is done within ourselves, that will give us some window to look at what are happenings, what the events are happening, and what are their impacts on our strategies, our thinking. I also congratulate the university officers, or rather I give my compliments for the courage that they have shown, not for organizing this particular event, but for inviting a person to be a chief guest, it was guest of honor, not chief guest, to inaugurate this function by a person who knows nothing about international relations. So I must give compliments to you, VC sir, and this is just an inauguration. You all will be deliberating on these issues for next 2 days, today and tomorrow. As I mentioned, it is a churning, it is a thinking, it is a thought process. It is very much evident that all our neighboring countries have their own agenda and nothing wrong in it. Since independence, we have been pursuing our agenda. That was neither this side nor that side. But we still emphatically forced that and told every country in the world that we are NAM. We are a part of non-aligned movement. We were non-aligned. Neither this way or not that way. That was our strategy. I don't know whether it proved to be right or wrong. and whether it has paid us dividends or not internationally, even nationally, even in our internal politics. But that was the strategy long before. And we were not bothered about what is happening in the world. But today we have changed our strategy. We are no more non-aligned. But that doesn't mean we will be allying with wrong forces, wrong thinking people. We want all other countries to align with us. They have to coordinate with our thought process, our thinking. And this thinking is not a new one. It is a not new aspect, not a new strategy of ours. We have been pursuing this for age old. This strategy was thousands of years ago. You must have many times heard that particular statement, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It itself tells us we consider whole world as a kutumba, as a parivar, family. And our neighbors are also part of our family. Many times it is said, we have choice to select our friends, but not neighbors. But incidentally, it is not true every time. We have been choosing our neighbors, we have been creating our neighbors. As mentioned earlier, we have created one neighbor called Bangladesh. And we know what it is today for us. Where does they stand and how they are looking at us. That is exactly what is happening in today's world. My point is, the only point is, we have to have a good and correct reaction, proper reaction towards the happenings in those countries. Incidentally, if you look at all these countries which are our neighbors, immediate neighbors, all these countries have been part of our cultural India. All these countries. Sometimes we call it Greater India. All these countries are part of ours. We have religion, our religion there. We have our culture there. We had our political thought there. We have our blood relations there, even today. But things are quite different today. Why all these people who are culturally bonded with us, all those people who are religiously and all by the thought process, they are very close to us, are just behaving like enemies towards us? What has compelled them to think in this way? I think we have to have some thought in this. Can our churning, can our thought process be directed in this way? Why this has been happening? For last few months before, I was in Mongolia. And I had been there Mongolia because I was governor of Bihar. And Bihar is a very good center for Buddhists. Very big center, renowned world over. And I had gone there for a function for the 25th anniversary of Pithab Monastery. It was established by our ambassador to Mongolia, who was basically from Kashmir. He himself was he was a monk, Buddhist monk. But he was appointed as ambassador there, and he established a monastery there. So that was the 25th anniversary, and I was invited for that. I happened to be there for 4 or 5 days in Mongolia. And what they mentioned particularly, their ambassador, their deputy prime minister, we had a good meeting chat with us. They mentioned particularly what our Indian prime minister has said today about Mongolia. Mongolia is physically not sharing any border with us. But our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he had been to Mongolia 2 years before. He had said that though we are not sharing our physical borders, we consider Mongolia as our neighbor. Because many things are dependent on us, they depend on us. And we have been providing all sorts of necessary things, assistance, including financial assistance to them. All these people are really neighbors to us. Prior to that, I had been in Thailand, taking the relics of Buddha to Thailand. All these people, they consider that we are culturally one. Whether that cultural bond can be raised again, can be underlined again, can be brought forth again to have good relations with all our neighbors, that cultural bond will certainly help us. There may be other political aspects. Even if we study China's relation with us, long years, thousands of years back, all our people, they went there. If you see that Padmanabha Sambhav, who was the Buddhist monk, he went there, established there, and he is revered as their sage there, even today. So can these some things be established again, re-established, reconnect again, to have some neighborhood, to have some good relations? Bangladesh is a very new country. As one of the speakers who was speaking prior to me, he mentioned, we created Bangladesh, and now what is the state? Many of our Indian people, thinkers, they commented that time, I remember, they commented that we are creating one more enemy. I don't know whether it is true or wrong today. Have we? That is the thought that we have to give. And how they, considering all these facts, how these relations can be developed with all these people. We have Sri Lanka, we have Burma, we have Myanmar, then we have Pakistan. All these countries, they had a cultural bond with us. Whether that cultural bond, whether that relation, blood relation, if you go to Nepal today, it is just like something, a family affair. I was there on the border of Nepal near Kishanganj when this Bangladesh crisis happened. Very same fortnight I was there. I stayed there for 2 nights in the headquarters of BSF, just to watch, just to see what is happening there. Keep aside the political things there, but cultural bond is so thick and so strong there. The commandant of BSF told me that we have to explore the possibilities of bonding further of these cultural ties. Then only some relations can be diluted. So also regarding Nepal, we have that. We have very good relations, family relations. Many people from Bihar, they have cultural family relations in Nepal. It was mentioned that I was Speaker of Goa Legislative Assembly. And I was appointed as the executive member of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Affairs Committee. And we had a meeting in Malaysia. I was invited, I had gone, only few of us from India, only 2 people were there, myself and Speaker of Punjab. Only 2 of us were there. And when we were discussing in the meantime, there was a breakup for tea. Speaker of National Assembly of Pakistan was there. And we were just talking over a cup of tea and discussing many other things. Suddenly, when he came to know that I am from India, he asked me one question. He asked me, do you know R.L. Bhatia? I said, I heard. I know him. Incidentally, he was Kerala's governor R.L. Bhatia. He told me that he was governor of one of your state, Kerala. Yes. And when I came here, I saw the board there. It was R.L. Bhatia's name is still there. He was a Congress leader, no doubt, but he was a governor of Kerala. And Speaker of National Assembly of Pakistan was telling me, he is my uncle. I said, how come it happened? He told me we got converted, but our still ties and relations are still there. That is what National Assembly Speaker of Pakistan told me. I was a little bit disturbed and astonished, and I also felt that can't we develop all these relations? Political things will be developing fast, but these cultural bonds, cultural relations will remain forever. We cannot deny the historical facts. We have to have all those things. Even if we deny, they are there. Nobody can side aside, keep it side. So we have to think in this way also, my dear friends. It's really a good thing to have addressed you people, knowing that I know nothing of the topic. It is, so I am very happy. If you know that you know everything, you will be put in a spot and you will have to be delivering in a better way. But it is not the case for me. I am in a different level. What I thought about this particular thing has to be given a thought, has to be delivered. I think your 2-day deliberations will certainly come out with some good suggestions. I hope the university and the organizers will come out with good brochure afterwards, a booklet, what has been discussed, the papers that have been placed, which will certainly be helpful for our ministry, for our government in India, in Delhi. That will be very much helpful. I hope this particular seminar conference a very grand success, and this legacy has to be continued in the state of Kerala, as we are very highly literate. I was to use word educated, but I am using literate. We are very highly literate. We know what others think. So I wish you all the best. Thank you. Nanni.
Thank you so much.